We should have known Oryx was coming. This is bad. Okay. Creepy sidekick? Check. Roguish commander? Check. And then we have the Guardian. I'd say we're ready to get this done.
Well guys, that was interesting to say the least. Personally, I am super hyped for Taken King. This thing looks insane, and I cannot wait for the stream tomorrow. Basically guys, this is going to be a whole new game. This thing looks so good. I actually cannot wait. So let's get straight into the trailer. I'm going to do a little bit of analysis on it, and see what was in it, and see what we can expect coming from the Taken King. So anyway, first screenshot we have is the Tower Vanguard Masters, the Hunter, the Warlock, and of course the Titan, all assessing what looks like a 3D hologram blueprint of the Dreadnought, of Oryx's Dreadnought. Basically, there are going to be 3 raids on this thing. Like, it looks insane. So we're going to have so much to do. I absolutely cannot wait. It looks so good. Anyway, next screenshot we have is one of them actually going into the Dreadnought, and we can see the Oryx or the Taken King symbol in the back there. It looks pretty damn beast. So I'm actually, like, the whole thing just looks so good. As we can see, these are the 3 Guardians with the 3 Tower Allegiance, the 3 Faction Allegiance sets of armor. Future War Cult with the Future War Cult cape. Now this is actually the exotic Future War Cult cape that has been in the game since the start, but no one's actually managed to get. And there is also, of course, the Dead Orbit, and of course the Future War Cult. Now next, this thing, now this is the pièce de résistance. This is the new light level cap, and of course the new armor. Now as you can see, these are all rare pieces of armor with the little Taken King symbol on the top, but they bring your light up to 214. And of course now we do have that new symbol for the void bow for Hunter. Now I think this armor does look pretty insane. It looks kind of like almost like the helmet encompasses the Mask of the Third Man. It has almost like the Kel Slayer's hood, the Kel kind of like arms and stuff on it. It looks really good. But anyway, as we can see, there is a thorn there. Now the thorn there is a year 1 thorn. It is not a year 2 thorn. It is a year 1 thorn. So that's something very new. And the fact that it's actually going to be, the original guns are going to be actually still useful and stuff. Now as we can see down at the bottom there, bottom right, we do have the legendary class item, and that is the extra kind of bonus class item that does give you the extra XP and stuff like that. And of course, a ghost shell. So that means the ghost shells are finally being inputted into the game. We're going to finally be able to change our ghost skins. Now I personally, already have the red ghost skin that came with the collector's edition, but obviously that's different. But anyway, as you can see there is also a swarm, or what looks like a swarm there. That is an original game gun. And of course we do see the Eye of Saul, which is another strange one because these are all current weapons in the game matched with Taken King armor and stuff. But as you can see guys, he is level 40 and 214 light, so it looks like you'll actually be able to rank up your level as well as your light level as you go. Next next screenshot, sorry, we have is of the Crucible Handler and the Crucible gear we are able to get. Now it looks like the Crucible gear is changing again, the colors, and the color scheme looks to be blue, white, and luminous green. So basically we're going to have optic with blue. But yeah, what looks like is the armor itself, the boots, gauntlets, and class items, and of course stuff like chest plates and things like that are going to be sold separately. They're going to be probably a lower tier for the Crucible and Vanguard Masters, and again all the ghost shells and things, and then the helmets are going to be the last thing you unlock to be able to get. But of course they're getting rid of Vanguard marks and Crucible marks, and they're now turning them into legendary marks, which basically just encompasses everything, and you'll be able to trade in your current marks and stuff like that into legendary marks and vice versa. Now, next screenshot is very interesting. We do see the first set of unlocks, kind of new unlocks you're able to get for the game. Now, as you see here, this RXPNG whatever found legendary engram, legendary marks, and the second guy found legendary marks, and the other guy found legendary marks. Now, obviously, there are the new things like that. We have new house banners, legendary engram, and the Isdubar D new assault rifle. Now, it does look like an auto rifle, but one thing that does strike me is it's a SCAR. It's a SCAR or an ACR. So basically, we've already seen one of the new exotics for the Taken King. It is a SCAR, what we believe is a Golden Age weapon. Now, one very interesting thing we see here is all of the Guardians. These are the ones that are using their faction-specific stuff. So as we see that the Dead Orbit Warlock there has full Dead Orbit gear with the Dead Orbit fusion rifle. The New Monarchy one has a New Monarchy sniper rifle, and we see here a Future War Cult Hunter with a Future War Cult sidearm. This is very interesting. It looks very much like the Amalon sidearm, so I think personally a lot of them are just going to be reskins, but as we can see, it does have the little liquid kind of gel thing in the back where basically it's just an Amalon pistol, but still though. And as we can see in the top of the top right hand corner of the screen, it says Zavala, which means Zavala is talking. Now, this is super interesting here, guys. We are going to see quests. Now, quests are going to be pretty much beast, because now we're getting more than just missions. We're actually getting quest lines. We're getting story. We're getting everything. But anyway, first of all, we have the Sunbreakers Challenge, the Tale of a Guardian's quest to find the Sunbreakers. So it looks like we're actually going to be able to unlock exotic gear by actually doing these quests and stuff. But of course, these are going to be Taken King Sunbreakers, which means they'll probably be better. The second one we have here is the Taken King. The Taken King had come and the tale of the Guardian that went out to meet him. I'm an idiot. I can't read. I'm illiterate. But anyway, these are on the Dreadnought, which basically means that is probably going to be part of the raid or the campaign missions on the Dreadnought, and small little side missions, little tidbits and things like that. Nothing left but the fall. The story of the fall and the city and their battle for the future of Earth. Now, I don't really know what that is. It says restoration. I don't really know what that is, but it does sound pretty cool. The Legion's beachhead, the Guardians' assault on the Cabal Skyburners, entrenched on the cut off because we can't actually see the rest of it, and Shield Brothers. Now the Shield Brothers, I'm assuming, are those two Cabal phalanxes, the taken phalanxes that look really beast, and then of course the other two look like they're just going to be two Vanguard ones. Now, the faction allegiance. These are actually very interesting because it looks like you'll actually be able to, I suppose, pledge your allegiance to a specific faction. Now, personally, I think this is quite interesting because of the fact that before we were able to rank up everything, but it looks like the more you rank up a certain faction, you'll actually be able to unlock certain things, including and not limited to the exotic class items that are listed as part of the game, but obviously aren't currently available. So anyway, faction allegiance, support Future War Cult. What does the future bring? We alone have the answer. It has always been war. War between humans, war between species, war between light and darkness. War is the fundamental fabric of our universe. Dare we defy it? Will you help us prepare? Accept allegiance. Now it looks like you might actually have to, do quests and do things like that for the actual factions, and actually work with the factions and stuff to actually get a higher level, and then of course they will give you special stuff. Now, here we see a close-up of the class items on the faction gear sets for these guys. Now, as you can see, the Future War Cult Hunter there actually has a helmet where it slides across on the top of him, on the top of his helmet, like a thing you see in Back to the Future, kind of like a hologram thing going across the front. And of course, he does have the Amalon Future War Cult sidearm. The New Monarchy Titan does have a Suros New Monarchy auto rifle, and of course the Warlock is carrying what looks like to still be the fusion rifle with a helmet. Now the helmet looks very interesting because it does actually look very much like a previous DLC helmet, like from the very first game or the second game. I think it looks very much like the one that came with not with the Taken King, sorry, with the Dark Below DLC. Now this is very interesting. This next screenshot here, we see all the names of some certain things that are coming out. Nameplate collections, artifact slot, that is like the class item that gives you extra XP and things like that. Arms date, no idea what that is. Exotic blueprints, very interesting, I'll come to that in a second. Collections and vaults. Now the vault space will be getting increased, and you'll actually be able to collect certain classes of weapons and condense them into certain spaces in your vault. Legendary marks. Infusion, which allows you to infuse more light into your weapons to make them more powerful. Shader collections, which means you will not have to store shaders on your character or in your vault anymore. They will have their own specific spot. And level 25 character boost. Now I assume this is something like once you get your character past level 25, or if you're already light 34, your character will already progress past level 25 instantly, and you'll be able to boost your character past that. Now this is very interesting. You will now be able to get collections of exotic weapon blueprints. Now, as we can see here, we have blueprints for all of the exotic weapons, and these are actually blueprints for the weapons sorted into primary, secondary, primary, special, and heavy, and they're also sorted into your year 1 and 2. But what we can see here is the year 1 primary and year 2 specials, primaries, and heavies. What it looks like is this guy has collected a certain amount of the bounties, and you'll be able to complete some of them. He has just unlocked the 4th horseman, and he has, from the looks of it, has already completed all of the year 1 primaries. But what we can see here is that some of the weapons are now available for like year 2 upgrades. Now obviously they're also getting a reskin as well. For instance, the Red Death now looks like the Soros regime. The Hawk Moon looks beast as ever. Red Death, or not the Red Death, the Bad Juju looks the same, Thunderlord looks the same. There we see the Sleeper Stimulant looking beast as ever. It looks freaking ridiculous. And the Last Word is getting a reskin, so that's actually pretty interesting. But it says Collection 1 and Collection 2, so it's safe to assume that Collection 2 does actually have a the rest of all the specials and the heavies and things like that. Now, this screenshot here, what we can see is actually the 3 kind of faction allegiance guys. Anyway, they're in their full armor. One thing we notice about the Titan is that he's wearing a fur coat that looks pretty beast. It's like he's actually wearing a wolf. It's really cool. But anyway, that's pretty beast indeed. I really like that. I really like the fact that the armor and stuff is really getting a nice reskin. It's really bright, really kind of really in your face, all the colors and stuff and the schemes. And obviously we can see that that guy in the background just holding up his arms like, "Come to me, Jesus." He looks so cool. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all the information I can tell you so far. Obviously the stream does start tomorrow. I will be doing a breakdown of the stream, obviously, and obviously I'll be playing so much of the Black Ops 3 beta, and my eyes are going to be bleeding, so yeah, I'm actually really buzzed about that. I'm so excited. It looks so good, and I actually cannot wait to play it. I'm so jealous of some of the YouTubers and stuff that got to play it early. Oh, I was so angry. I was so angry. Anyway, guys, I've been Hitman. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Make sure you check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Hitman, out.